What's going on, MBL Network? We have officially ended contract negotiations with tight end Eric EBRON. He had 45 catches, 724 yards this year and 6 touchdowns, and we still got one more game to go, but he's done in Detroit, baby, and we'll be looking to fill that void in the MBL Season 28 rookie draft.
I know all y'all hot girls is tuned in.
In Building the Franchise, episode number 13, we go over weeks 13 to week 16. We talk some rookie draft. We're looking at a left outside linebacker. Guys, let me know what you think we should go in the draft. Also thinking maybe tight end in round 2 or round 3, since we will be losing Eric EBRON. What if I told you we sweep this entire week and we go 4-0 when we improve to 12-3 on the season? I wouldn't be lying, because that's the truth. Find out that and much more on Building the Franchise Detroit Lions.
Now, Sonny, I don't
All right, guys, before we get into the show, here's a little snippet from a brand new show on the MBL Network called Highly Debatable. Check it out.
In the column of this handsome fella on the left side with that hashtag OSU wins.
Guys, don't forget to check that show out. That's Highly Debatable. Once again, it is on our playlist on the MBL Network. But we left off week 12. So we went through week 13, 14, 15, 16. See, I can count, baby. And I can do one more because I can count to 5. All right, so week 13, we took on the Minnesota Vikings. And it was, you know, we jumped out on them earlier. I think we won them 17-0. They ended up scoring with a big run from Dalvin Cook. And then we came down. Matt Stafford just was poised in the pocket. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, while Teddy Bridgewater was the polar opposite of that with a 28 QBR, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So big game. Guys, if the graphics on this show look a little different this time, I just got an Xbox One X. And I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm obviously making some crucial mistakes here. I don't even know what I'm doing wrong or how I messed this up. But it does look different, and I don't know why. So I'm going to ask a couple guys in the league to help me out with that. Particularly the guy behind the scenes pulling the strings, Delvar. EBRON's been having a big game for us. So on that one, we improved to 9-3 on the season. We were 8-3 when we left off last time. I like to look at third down and conversions to kind of dictate how well we've been playing. But this offense is starting to rock and roll. We call this offense the Rock and Roll Express. Because once it gets going, baby, something. I don't even know where I was going with that. Look, time of possession. This was actually the closest game. We went 4-0 this season and swept them. But look at Matt Stafford's QBR, only 64.2. Man, he was just pressing up on me and getting a lot of pressure to Matt Stafford. And honestly, I kept having guys down the field open. They just weren't making they weren't able to hang on to the ball. EBRON only 3 catches, 36 yards, but we grinded it out, and defensively, they just came up big for us. And Keith Marshall, you see there, 10 carries, 134 yards, had his best game of the season, but he did fumble twice. Something to keep an eye out, because he does fumble next week, week 15 versus the Niners. We improved to 10-3 with that victory against the Rams, 27-6. Now we move on and play the 49ers in week 15. Week 15, it was another really kind of a good team. The NFC West isn't as bad as everyone made it seem like they are. They don't have a lot of successful teams there, and they're really one of the struggling win-loss divisions, but they play people tough. Stafford actually looked good, 16 for 18, 135, a nice little bounce-back game. Came back from what happened when we played the LA Rams, and we ended up winning this game. And 324 yards, I can't complain. Marshall, 9 carries, 52 yards, and I think Blunt got 4 carries. We're kind of limiting Blunt's carries towards the end of the year. We're trying to make sure he's going to be healthy down the stretch for the playoffs, because it's looking like we're going to play the NBL Season 26 Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, most likely, unless the Arizona Cardinals perform some kind of miracle here. We'll take them off in the playoffs, which will be coming up this week shortly. We only have 1 game left now. Week 16, the last game you missed. We just played that today, which is Sunday, November 12th. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. And we dominated the Bears. Josh, I told you your reign on the top was shorter than leprechauns. Well, Jay told us that, but you're living that dream right now. And it was over. Stafford, 98.4 QBR, 96.4, excuse me, 72% completion. Sacked 3 times. Jordan Howard, we didn't let him get loose, and he fumbled. We got a big hit stick on him, and I had the clip. I had all the clips, guys, but I don't have the clips now because I had some issues with the Xbox One X. A great system. Just, it's all technical error on my end. I will take full responsibility for that. Golden Tate continues to impress. 5 catches, 88 yards, and interception-wise. Gerard Davis had 1, a user pick against the Bears, and we ended up winning that game, and we improved on the season to 12-3. We got the Panthers next. The Panthers need to win to get into the playoffs, and this is one of the hottest teams. Don't force win. What are you doing, Bomber? This is one of the hottest teams in the NBL right now. This team just defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers. The week before that, they kind of had a little slip against the Dallas Cowboys. in a tough loss, but they got this rookie quarterback, man. It's going to be really interesting to see, and I'll have clips next week for y'all for sure for that. Let's take a look at the standings in the league right now. The Detroit Lions sit in 5th at 12-3. The Vikings look like they're going to take the division and end our 15th season in a row NFC North streak. As you see, the NFC right now, the Vikings look to be 1, Falcons 2, Giants are actually 3, and then I believe Seattle or Arizona is going to take 4, and we'll be 5 in that wild card spot. Barring any miracle, the Vikings actually lose to the Bills, and then they'd have to lose to the Jets, and then we'd have to beat the Panthers. We'd win the division, but I don't see that happening. I knew that going into that Vikings game. I just wanted to make a little bit of a statement game in Week 13, and we did. So we're 12-3 right now. They're 12-2. Look at points for and points allowed. Very close between the Vikings and the Lions. Two similar teams on paper. Completely different once the ball gets kicked off in the air, and the Bears kind of, you know, it doesn't look like they ain't going to make the playoffs. It's pretty simple as that. It looks like it's going to be Redskins or Panthers taking that final wild card spot. All right, moving on. We're going to check out some more stats right now. Stafford, 3,600 yards. QBR, 1 million. Nah, 109.9. Guys, this episode, I'm just trying to look back on the season and reflect a little bit, do some thinking out loud. I think we did a great job of saving LeGarrette Blount. I wanted to keep him under 100 carries going into this season because I know he has an injury issue. I just want him healthy in the playoffs because look at Keith Marshall, 6 fumbles. Okay, that's a big deal for me. 18 broken tackles on 134 carries. Marshall, 16 broken tackles on 89 carries. Look at Golden Tate and Marvin Jones, 61 catches, 57 catches. Great tandem, great duo there. It's good to see Golden Tate finally healthy. I didn't have him healthy last year. He missed 8 games, and that was the issue. Mike LeBounty, our second-round pick rookie, 5 interceptions on the season. But even better, look at our sacks. They're all coming from our defensive line. Ziggy Ansah, Kerry Hyder Jr., and Gianni Slade, the rookie. And this guy's a beast. 6'7", 300,000 pounds. He's huge. He can do it all. The MVP race for the NFL right here, as MBL actually votes on their own MVP. Dalvin Cook way ahead of the pack right now. We got a couple guys in the running. Stafford, Hyder, Ziggy Ansah. Some cool things. Let's check out the NFC. What else we got there? Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey, looking like he's going to get it. And he just put up, I think, a 200-yard rushing game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, man, he's been doing it all. Defensive Player of the Year, we got 2 in the top 3 there. Harrison Smith, another Viking. Vikings, man, they're just all over this board. And there's a guy I was telling you about, Heath Joyce. Looked like Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy's a beast, and we're going to see him Week 17. Grant Mannion actually got hurt in Week 16 when we played the Chicago Bears. So that was interesting. I was interested to see how he actually came from a practice squad, and he's looking like he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year in the NFC. Stafford, the top best quarterback. Davis Webb, the MVP for MBL in Season 26, and Rookie of the Year in Season 26. Best wide receiver, Golden Great. Glad we brought him back, baby. Remember when we released him last year? We had to scoop him back up in free agency. Taylor Decker leading best offensive lineman. Hyder number 2 and best defensive lineman. We don't have any linebackers there. That's why I think we need to look at outside linebacker. Clay Matthews done a great job right outside linebacker. And in the middle linebacker, we got Gerard Davis, who I think is a beast. But, you know, time will tell how well he actually develops. I think it's time to pull the trigger and draft an outside linebacker in the first round. What do you guys think? Let me know. Hashtag, what do you think we should draft? Hashtag outside linebacker, hashtag wide receiver, hashtag tight end. I am looking at tight end. This is our lineup right now. Our offensive line looks stout. We could actually draft a lineman in the second round to kind of stir up the Greg Robinson, and TJ Lang's getting older. You know, he's 31 now. It could be kind of time to kind of start building the next piece and bringing in an offensive lineman there to kind of, you know, compensate when he gets out. Reeves Maven is our outside linebacker, our left outside linebacker, but Clay's getting older. Maybe we move our rookie next year to right outside linebacker, move Clay to left outside linebacker, kind of get him off the field a little bit more since he's aging. Let's take a look at the left outside linebackers. Dustin Rainey, this guy's a beast. And if you're not being able to see what's on the screen, if it's white out, that's on me again. Once again, the Xbox One X issue is really my issue. And I'm going to figure it out for the next episode. We're just trying to run down things and catch y'all up on what's going on with the Detroit Lions. You can find everything on MaddenBomberLeague.com to check out our team in its entirety and see where we should draft. I'm thinking outside linebacker. We'll do right outside linebacker next episode. I just wanted to show y'all some left outside linebackers we're looking at right now. But this Dustin Rainey guy, man, that guy looks like the truth. All right, let's see what we're going to check out now. We're going to look at injuries, I believe. Yeah, let's roll over to injuries. We don't have any for the first time. Last year, we were plagued with Matt Stafford hurt. We had so many guys get hurt last year. Glover Quinn, Matt Stafford, Amir Abdullah, Theo Riddick, Golden Tate. So many people, and now we're looking at this team and we're thinking, okay, we got an opportunity to make a run here if we can stay healthy. Wide receiver, also something we should be looking at. Titans came away with a big win today. I think they defeated the Los Angeles Rams. And you can find all this information on MaddenBomberLeague.com. Guys, if you got any ideas that we can do for the episode, I know we didn't have any clips on this one. I'm well aware. I was in the transition of switching consoles, and every time I loaded tried to record a clip during the episode, my game would kind of lag a little bit. It was weird. So I'm trying to fix that up and see if that was an issue on my end or what's going on, because that's something that needs to be cleaned up. But we got to have some clips for y'all next episode. As you see, Brick Hands, big shout out to Kyle, Matt Miller, the Flat Killer, for the graphic. Man, he really made EBRON's hands look like bricks in this. I mean, it's crazy how great that looks and how realistic that is. I'm contemplating putting that online, but I don't want to do that to my man Eric EBRON, because I am a Lions fan in real life and he's still on the squad. If you got any questions or concerns, leave them in the comment section. Let me know where you think we should draft, and I'll see you next weekend on Building the Franchise Detroit Lions.